If you'd care to ring the number on this telephone here,
right.
Hopefully you should find Judith on the other end.
Think so?
Yes, with any luck.
Where was it? Oh, so 3, 6...
It is a local call, so it shouldn't run up
the
bill too much.
Think so? Maybe we don't get a crossed line.
Hello?
Hello, Judith?
Hello, sir.
Is it you?
It is. I'm in the farmyard, actually, and I'm talking to you on the next finalist. Would you like to come out here and have a look at it?
And you can hear me quite well, can you?
I can, really clearly.
Good, and the battery hasn't run out yet?
No, it hasn't.
Well done. Well, we'll come across and see you.
See you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye. Well, this is the next finalist, the smallest, lightest, most intelligent cell phone in the world. One of the biggest advantages of cell phones is that you can take them almost anywhere. But although many claim to be portable, this one, as you've seen, really is pocket-sized. And the manufacturers have made it this small by using the latest in circuit and assembly technology. Instead of just mounting the circuitry onto one side of the circuit board, they've used both sides. And there are no less than 12 interconnecting layers packed into this circuit board. But it does have just as many features as other cell phones. For example, it can hold up to 100 phone numbers. It also has the same transmitter strength as ordinary cell phones, and it'll give more than 50 minutes of calling before the batteries need recharging.
Ah, here she is.
Surrounded by some extremely nosy horses.
Yes.
Hello, sir. I'd like to introduce you to Nils Martensson, who's the founder of the company, and Hugh Hawkins, who leads the marketing team. And there it is.
Oh, there it is. No, I was wondering. I thought it might have been a bit smaller, but does it fit into the pocket all right?
Oh, yes, indeed. I try and carry it there all the time.
Walking out.
The one in electric armpit.
Absolutely, yes. It's the only one of its kind in the world.
It doesn't sort of, irritate
the average well-tailored suit accommodates it quite nicely.
Oh, it does. You don't have to get your suit specially reconstructed.
No, so far not unnecessary, I'm afraid.
There's a huge market, obviously, for this all around the world, isn't there?
There are about 3 million telephones in operation now. The market only started in 1981 when the first systems were installed. And we expect there will be about 1.5 million telephones sold this year. And virtually every country will, over the next few years, establish a system.
And what's going to happen in the future then with something like this? You can get it ever smaller, can you? Or is there a limit?
So there are limits. One of the limiting factors, of course, is the distance between the mouth and the ear.
That's absolutely true.
And thank you very much. I can actually hear up there that Peter's getting ready for the next item. This week in Tomorrow's World, the Prince of Wales Award for Innovation and Production. Competition finalists and experts in the area of innovation are arriving now at the Gloucestershire home of the Prince and Princess of Wales to meet His Royal Highness.
I'm very pleased to welcome Tomorrow's World to Highgrove House once again. When we started this award, our main objective was to encourage innovators to get their products into the marketplace so that they could become wealth-creating successes and not just a set of drawings sitting on the shelf. Over the years, I've realized that for innovators, a number of key problem areas keep emerging. And many of those problems, as we'll see, are reflected in the experiences of the finalists here today. So I thought it would make sense to invite down to Highgrove a number of experts in various aspects of innovation, design, finance, marketing, to discuss the difficulties and the lessons which might be valuable to all British innovators. But first, we are going to hear from Judith.
The competition for the award is in 2 stages. Last year we saw 6 original ideas, and later in the programme we're going to see how they fared in the marketplace. They were a water sprinkler system to deal with aircraft fires, a new type of bifocal contact lens, electricity meters which help you reduce your bills, a method of detecting minute quantities of hormone in the blood, the world's smallest cell phone, and anti-lock brakes for small cars. But before we find out who has won this year's trophy, let's look at the new set of ideas which have been chosen by the judges this year. Here's Howard.
Phone's a success story of the 80s. It's a fast-growing, fast-changing, cutthroat business, where keeping up with the demand and ahead of the competition are the key to survival. But in that cellular jungle, our next finalist has done rather more than just survive. Over the last 12 months, their portable pocket phone, which when it was launched was the smallest and lightest on the market, has notched up over 30,000 sales, both here and around the world. Even so, this is a relatively small company compared with the multinational giants that dominate the marketplace. To keep pace with the competition, the company's research team at their Surrey headquarters is continually refining the electronics at the heart of the phone, developing their own microchips and slimming down the complex multi-layered printed circuit boards. The production process is being streamlined too. This robot assembly can place 4,000 components an hour onto the circuit boards. But even that is no longer fast enough to keep up with the orders. So, just recently, they invested in this new machine, which can do the job 3 times faster. And it's not just the machinery that's super efficient. The workforce, too, are encouraged to think quality and productivity. Everyone checks their own work and keeps tabs on their own production rate. The result? Well, over the last 12 months alone, production time has been cut by more than half. In fact, now, a completed phone will come off the end of the line at the rate of 1 every 4 minutes. Fighting to keep the company ahead of the field is Managing Director Nils Martensson.
We're competing with all the big multinationals, and it's outright warfare in the market. You have to be the best, the fastest, the bravest to stay ahead, and that is the way we intend to go on.
Being number one means a relentless battle to break into new markets. 80% of these phones are for export to over 20 countries from Brunei to Bermuda. And this year they added Switzerland, Germany and Scandinavia to their lists. And for each of those countries, they have to produce customized phones. This one's for Germany, where incidentally it's the first and so far the only truly portable phone, and it works on a sort of credit card. And this one here is for France, where apparently they like the touch-sensitive keyboard with some chic flashes of orange. And it doesn't stop there. With an eye on the future, they're already at work on a new generation of phones for the pan-European digital network. For Nils Martensson and his team, the real fight is only just beginning.